My name is Andrew Marshall. I am on Team Nick in season 20 of The Voice.
Coaches, let me remind you that Andrew's available to steal. Andrew, what would you like to say to your coach?
That's a steal! He's back! What would you like to say to your coach?
Oh my God.
Nick, why do you want Andrew to join you for the live playoffs?
He's got to come home. I was dealt a really bad hand that I dealt myself on the battle rounds, and Blake made a terrible choice, and I get to capitalize on that and have Andrew back on my team.
Yeah. Congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I think that definitely my top two were, John Legend or Nick Jonas for sure. But I was definitely just grateful to just get onto the show. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to get a chair turn. So, having Nick turn was just so cool. So didn't have much of a plan per se, I think. And I like the idea of, if there was a choice, seeing what the coaches would have said and how they would have swayed my decision. With my story, going through what I've gone through in my past with my leukemia, I don't even think I would have been able to be as open and vulnerable as I am now. I think I've just matured over the past couple of years and really understood what I've been through and the trauma that it's brought. And so I'm just grateful that I just feel like it's all worked out perfectly because I feel happy to share my story. I feel encouraged to do it. And it's one of my favorite things about this whole platform is that I get to, connect with more people that have been through what I've been through. From the first rehearsal that I had with Rain, we were just like, we want to both go through. Like, if we don't, then like we're not working hard enough. Essentially, I mean, not really, but that was our goal. I know it is a really weird situation because at the end of the day, you are up against each other singing the same song, but we really tried to keep that at the core of what we were trying to do. We were just trying to do a good enough job for both of us so that we could both move through and proceed to knockouts. And it's having those conversations because I think that there was definitely times where we felt like we got worried and we had like self-doubt about our own parts. And then we talked it out. We're like, hey, this part's not really working for me. And then like just having that open communication was really, really helpful for us. And I mean, we reached our goal. We were so excited that we both got to move through to go to the knockouts. Like I got to work with Darren and Chris, who like I literally grew up watching all the time on Glee, which was just such a cool, surreal moment. And just, the opportunity to work with Nick one-on-one, like that is, so surreal and like literally once in a lifetime type of opportunity. It's so cheesy to say that, but it's true. And I think that, by focusing in on each round as it was happening, like I feel like I was able to get a better, experience out of it. Cause I wasn't like worried about like, oh, like I'm going to get here, I'm going to get there. It's like, no, I just can only focus on this one song. Me and Rain, we're going to just go as hard as we can and may the best person win or us both win. And I've had that mentality every single round. And I think that it served me well. I try not to think too far in advance because you still got to get through that first obstacle of getting to that next point to even worry about that. So I've said this numerous times, but my voice is completely different than it was at the beginning of this process. And that's something that I was not expecting, honestly. I didn't know that they went so in depth in vocal coaching, both with Nick and Darren and the other vocal coaches that they have, working within the staff. Like it's unbelievable the difference from like my blind audition to right now and how more comfortable I feel with my voice and different parts of my voice. And I just feel like stronger in those parts too. And, Darren and Nick had some really good advice that really helped me work on those parts. Like, Darren was saying that, you got to work on your phrasing. Like, you're expelling all your air at the beginning of a phrase because that first note is really high for you in your range. But when you expel all that air, you tend to go flat because then you don't have enough air to go for the rest of the phrase, which is something that you'd think, oh, that's easy. But you're like, oh, you're right. I'm so worried about this one note in the beginning that I think that I need to use all this air to hit that note. But then the rest of the phrase is, kind of falling off and not being as good. And, Nick was also referring to when I do go for a higher note, I tend to go kind of like scrooge down like this. And he's like, you gotta pull your head up. You gotta act like your head's on a string. And then that's where you're going to get that whole air is going to come up and like the sound just going to, come out of you that way so much clearer. Hi, my name is Andrew Marshall and you've just been buzzed.